What if I told you that the reality you see every day is only half the story? That beneath the surface of everything you know lies an unseen dimension shaping your experiences, guiding your choices, and holding the answers you've been searching for? For centuries, ancient texts and suppressed teachings have pointed to this hidden layer of existence, a dimension so powerful it can reshape your reality completely. But here's the thing, they don't want you to see it. Why? Because once you do, you'll realize the truth of your power, and the systems that thrive on your fear and doubt will lose their hold over you. If you've ever felt there's more to life than what you can see, hear, and touch, you're absolutely right. But unlocking this truth requires you to take the first step, before it's too late. There was a time when I lived in a world defined by what I could touch, see, and measure. I thought happiness came from what I achieved, owned, or controlled. I believed life was a series of goals to be reached, boxes to be checked. But no matter how much I accomplished, there was a quiet emptiness, a feeling that something was missing. And then, one seemingly ordinary moment, everything shifted. It wasn't dramatic. There were no flashing lights or divine revelations. It was as simple as pausing long enough to truly see. I remember sitting outside one evening, watching the sun set. For the first time, I wasn't thinking about the past or worrying about the future. I was just there, fully present, as the sky transformed into a masterpiece of colors. And in that stillness, I felt something I couldn't explain. It was as though the boundaries of my perception dissolved, and I became acutely aware of the interconnectedness of everything. The sky, the trees, the air I was breathing, and even myself. In that moment, I saw the unseen. Not with my eyes, but with a deeper sense of knowing. And once I experienced it, I couldn't unsee it. That moment wasn't just a shift in perception. It was a shift in my entire being. It made me realize how much of my life had been spent chasing illusions, the pursuit of status, the attachment to material things, the endless striving for more. It was all rooted in a belief that happiness could be found out there. But the truth is, everything I was searching for was already here. It wasn't in the things I owned or the goals I achieved. It was in the stillness, the presence, the ability to see beyond the surface. One of the first illusions I let go of was the belief that I needed to control everything. For so long, I thought I had to have all the answers, plan every detail, and push myself to exhaustion to feel worthy. But seeing the unseen taught me a different truth. It showed me that life has its own flow, its own rhythm, and when I stopped resisting it, everything began to align in ways I couldn't have imagined. The unseen isn't about ignoring the material world. It's about understanding that there's more to life than what meets the eye. It's about recognizing the impermanence of things and finding peace in the deeper truths that remain. This shift in perspective also changed how I experienced the present moment. Before, I was always looking ahead, chasing the next milestone, thinking the next thing would finally bring me contentment. But now I've come to see that the present moment is where life actually happens. It's where the unseen reveals itself. It's where you can feel the subtle, yet profound energy that connects everything. The breeze brushing against your skin, the sound of leaves rustling in the wind, the warmth of the sun on your face. These aren't just physical sensations. They're invitations to step into the vastness of now, to experience life as it truly is. And then there's the role of our minds, the stories we tell ourselves, the beliefs we hold, the thoughts we think, over and over again. What I've learned is that these thoughts shape the reality we experience. For years I lived under the weight of limiting beliefs, telling myself I wasn't enough, that I needed to be more or do more to be happy. But seeing the unseen made me realize something profound. Those beliefs weren't truths. They were choices, and I had the power to choose differently. By shifting my inner dialogue, by replacing doubt with trust and fear with love, I began to reshape not just my perception of reality, but reality itself. And at the center of it all, I discovered the most powerful force of all: love. Not the kind of love that depends on external conditions, but a universal love that connects all beings. It's the love you feel when you look into the eyes of someone you care about deeply. It's the compassion that wells up when you witness someone in need. It's the quiet, unshakable knowing that beneath all our differences, we are one. This love isn't something you have to earn or seek. It's the essence of who you are, and when you allow yourself to embody it, it changes everything. It reshapes how you see yourself, how you interact with others, and how you move through the world. What I've come to realize is that the unseen isn't separate from us. It's a part of us. It's the quiet voice of intuition that guides you when you're lost. It's the synchronicities that seem too perfect to be chance. It's the sense of peace that washes over you in moments of stillness. When you begin to tune into it, life becomes less about striving and more about flowing. Less about achieving and more about being. And in that being you find a depth and richness that no amount of external success can ever provide. This journey of seeing the unseen has reshaped my reality in ways I never thought possible. It's brought clarity where there was confusion, peace where there was chaos, and meaning where there was emptiness. But most of all, it's shown me that life is far more beautiful, interconnected, and profound than I ever realized. And that same truth is available to you. It's not something you have to find, it's something you awaken to. It's already here, waiting for you to see it. Once you start seeing the unseen, everything begins to change. It's not that the world around you looks different. It's that you begin to understand it differently. You notice patterns you didn't see before. You feel connections you couldn't explain before. The everyday begins to feel extraordinary, and you realize that reality is so much more layered than what your senses can detect. But perhaps the most profound change is this: you start to see yourself differently. For most of my life, I thought of myself as just another person trying to make it through the ups and downs of life. I defined myself by my roles, my achievements, and how others perceived me. But as I began to perceive the unseen, something shifted. I started to see that I wasn't just a collection of experiences or a body moving through the world. I was, like you are, part of something infinite, something timeless, a spark of consciousness, a fragment of universal energy, experiencing itself in human form. Yet, this realization didn't come all at once. It came in small, quiet moments, like the feeling of awe when gazing at the stars, or the warmth that washes over you when someone shows you unconditional love. These moments of connection weren't coincidences. They were glimpses into the deeper fabric of reality, the unseen thread that binds us all together. Once I started paying attention to them, they began to multiply. It was as if the universe was waiting for me to notice, and once I did, it couldn't wait to show me more. But here's the thing about seeing the unseen. It doesn't mean life becomes perfect. Challenges don't magically disappear. The difference is, you start to see those challenges in a new light. Instead of obstacles, they become opportunities. Instead of feeling like a victim of circumstances, you realize you're a co-creator of your experience. You start to understand that even the painful moments have purpose. They're not here to punish you. They're here to teach you, to help you grow, to guide you toward becoming the person you're meant to be. For me, one of the most profound lessons came in the form of letting go. I used to cling tightly to the idea that I needed to control everything: my career, my relationships, my future. I thought if I could just hold on tightly enough, I could make everything turn out exactly the way I wanted. But the unseen had a different lesson for me. It taught me that control is an illusion, and that true freedom comes from surrender. Surrendering doesn't mean giving up. It means trusting that life is unfolding exactly as it should. Trusting that even when things don't go according to plan, there's a greater plan at work. This trust is deeply tied to presence. When you're fully present, you're not lost in the regrets of the past or the anxieties of the future. You're here, now, connected to the moment and to the unseen forces guiding it. Presence allows you to access a state of flow where life feels less like a struggle and more like a dance. You stop resisting, and instead you move with the rhythm of life, and in that rhythm, you find peace. But peace isn't the only gift of seeing the unseen. there's also a profound sense of wonder. When you start to perceive the interconnectedness of all things, you can't help but be amazed by the beauty and complexity of existence. You begin to see the sacred in the ordinary, the way a flower blooms, the way the wind moves through the trees, the way a child laughs. These aren't just random occurrences, they're expressions of the same universal energy that flows through you. And then there's love. Love, I've come to understand, is the essence of the unseen. It's the force that holds the universe together, the energy that flows through every connection, every interaction, every moment. Love isn't just something you feel, it's something you are. When you lead with love, when you see through the lens of love, the world transforms. Judgment fades, compassion grows, and you begin to experience life with an open heart. Of course, embracing this way of seeing takes practice. It's easy to get pulled back into the distractions of the material world, to forget the deeper truths that the unseen reveals. But every time I feel myself slipping, I remind myself to pause, to breathe, to look again, because the unseen is always there, waiting for us to notice. It's in the quiet spaces, the still moments, the pauses between thoughts, and every time I return to it, I find that it's been guiding me all along. So how do you begin to see the unseen in your own life? It starts with a willingness to slow down, to step out of the noise, and to truly pay attention. Start by noticing the small things, the way the sunlight dances on the water, the way your breath feels as it moves in and out, the way a kind word can change the energy of a room. These small moments are gateways to something much larger. And as you notice, begin to trust. Trust your intuition, those gut feelings that seem to come from nowhere but always lead you in the right direction. Trust the synchronicities, the little coincidences that feel too perfect to be random. Trust the signs that show up when you least expect them. These are the whispers of the unseen, gently nudging you toward your highest path. The journey of seeing the unseen isn't about escaping reality. It's about embracing it more fully. It's about realizing that the world you see is only a fraction of what's really there, and that beyond it lies a depth and richness that words can't capture. Once you open your eyes to it, life becomes more than just something to get through. It becomes a sacred, interconnected, and profoundly beautiful experience. As you begin to embrace this way of seeing, something remarkable starts to happen. Your relationship with life changes. You no longer feel like a separate being, isolated from the world around you. Instead, you begin to feel the connection, the invisible threads linking you to every person, every experience, and every corner of existence. This realization is not just philosophical, it's deeply personal. It reshapes how you move through the world, how you interact with others, and how you view your own purpose. One of the most transformative shifts for me was how I started to see challenges. Before, obstacles felt like roadblocks, interruptions to the path I thought I was supposed to be on. They triggered frustration, doubt, and even fear. But as I learned to perceive the unseen, I began to understand that challenges are not here to stop us. They're here to shape us. They're here to reveal the strength, creativity, and resilience that lie dormant within us. Each challenge is an opportunity to grow, to evolve, and to align more deeply with our true selves. This shift in perspective is liberating. It means you don't have to fear the unknown or resist life's difficulties. Instead, you can meet them with curiosity and openness, knowing that they're part of a much larger picture. Every time I faced a setback, I began to ask myself, what is this here to teach me? How is this guiding me closer to the person I'm meant to become? And in those questions, I found clarity. I found peace. I found the strength to keep moving forward, even when the path wasn't clear. But seeing the unseen isn't just about how you navigate challenges. It's also about how you embrace joy. When you're tuned in to the unseen, you start to notice the beauty in places you once overlooked. The way sunlight filters through a window, the gentle rhythm of a loved one's breath as they sleep, the simple act of sharing a smile with a stranger. These moments, small as they may seem, are filled with a quiet magic. They remind you that life isn't just something to be endured, it's something to be savored. And as your awareness grows, so does your ability to create. One of the most profound lessons I've learned is that we are co-creators of our reality. The unseen isn't just something you observe, it's something you shape with your thoughts, beliefs, and actions. When you focus on fear, scarcity, or limitation, that's what you attract into your life. But when you focus on love, abundance, and possibility, the world begins to mirror those energies back to you. This isn't just wishful thinking, it's a principle grounded in the way energy works. Every thought you have, every emotion you feel, carries a vibration. And that vibration ripples out into the world, attracting experiences and opportunities that match its frequency. When you begin to align your inner world with the reality you want to create, you become a magnet for the life you've always dreamed of. But here's the secret. It's not just about what you want. It's about who you become in the process. The unseen has a way of teaching you that the journey matters as much as the destination. It's not just about manifesting goals or achieving milestones. It's about the transformation that happens along the way. It's about becoming someone who leads with love, who acts with integrity, and who sees the divine in every moment. This transformation doesn't happen overnight. It's a practice, a process, a journey. There are days when you'll feel deeply connected to the unseen, and others when it feels far away. That's okay. The key is to keep returning to it, to keep nurturing your awareness and trust. Each time you do, you strengthen your connection and deepen your understanding of the unseen forces at work in your life. One of the most powerful ways to cultivate this connection is through stillness. In the quiet moments, when the noise of the world fades away, you can begin to hear the whispers of the unseen. You can feel the gentle guidance of your intuition, the quiet assurance that you are exactly where you're meant to be. Stillness isn't just about sitting in meditation. It's about creating space in your life to listen, to observe, and to simply be. Another way to deepen your connection is through gratitude. Gratitude has a way of opening your eyes to the beauty and abundance that already exist in your life. When you focus on what you're grateful for, you shift your energy, raising your vibration and aligning yourself with the flow of the universe. Gratitude is a bridge to the unseen, a way of saying, I see you, I trust you, I'm ready to receive more of what you have to offer. And then there's love, the most powerful force of all. Love isn't just an emotion. It's a state of being. When you lead with love, you align yourself with the highest vibration, the deepest truth of existence. Love allows you to see the unseen in others, to recognize their light, their potential, their connection to you. It dissolves barriers, heals wounds, and transforms relationships. And the more you give love, the more you receive it in return. As you integrate these practices into your life, you'll start to notice a shift. The world will feel less chaotic, less overwhelming. You'll feel more grounded, more present, more at peace. You'll begin to trust the flow of life, knowing that you're supported by forces far greater than yourself. And in that trust, you'll find freedom, the freedom to be who you truly are, to live with purpose, and to create a life that reflects the beauty of the unseen. This is the gift of seeing the unseen. It's not about escaping reality, it's about expanding it. It's about recognizing that life is far more intricate, interconnected, and meaningful than we've been led to believe. And once you've seen it, there's no going back. Your reality is forever reshaped, forever deepened, forever enriched. Once you begin living with the awareness of the unseen, a subtle but profound transformation occurs. You realize that the boundaries you once believed existed, between yourself and others, between the physical and the spiritual, between what's possible and impossible, were never real. They were walls built by fear, doubt, and limited perception. But now those walls are crumbling, and with every step forward you see more clearly how interconnected everything truly is. This interconnectedness changes how you see others. It's no longer possible to view someone as entirely separate from yourself. You begin to understand that every interaction is a reflection, a mirror, showing you something about your own inner world. When someone frustrates you, it's an opportunity to explore your own triggers and unresolved feelings. When someone inspires you, it's a reminder of the qualities you already possess but may have forgotten. This awareness doesn't just deepen your compassion for others, it also deepens your understanding of yourself. And then there's the impact this awareness has on how you approach your purpose. Many of us spend our lives searching for meaning, trying to figure out why we're here and what we're supposed to do. But seeing the unseen reveals a simple yet profound truth. Your purpose isn't something you find, it's something you live. It's not a specific job, role, or title. It's the energy you bring to everything you do, the love you pour into your actions, the authenticity you share with the world. Your purpose is woven into the fabric of your existence. It's in the way you comfort a friend, the way you create beauty through your art or work, the way you choose kindness when it would be easier not to. These seemingly small moments are not insignificant. They are the building blocks of a meaningful life. And when you begin to see them for what they truly are, expressions of your higher self, you realize that you don't have to wait for some grand event or revelation to start living your purpose. You're already doing it. But let's talk about something that often gets overlooked on this journey, the courage it takes to see the unseen. Because the truth is, this isn't always an easy path. When you start to perceive the deeper layers of reality, you're also confronted with things you may have ignored or suppressed. Old wounds, limiting beliefs, fears you've carried for years. They all rise to the surface, asking to be acknowledged and released. This can be uncomfortable, even painful, but it's also necessary, because every time you face these shadows, you reclaim a piece of your power. Think of it like clearing away debris to uncover a hidden treasure. The process might be messy, but the reward is worth it. And here's the beautiful part. You don't have to do it alone. The unseen is always there, supporting you, guiding you, reminding you that you're capable of so much more than you realize. Whether it's through a sudden insight, a meaningful coincidence, or the quiet reassurance of your intuition, the unseen has a way of showing up exactly when you need it most. And as you continue to embrace this awareness, something extraordinary happens. You stop looking for answers outside yourself and start trusting the wisdom within. You realize that the guidance you've been seeking has always been there, quietly waiting for you to listen. This inner wisdom, this connection to the unseen, becomes your compass. It helps you navigate life with a sense of ease and clarity, even when the path ahead is uncertain. With this shift comes a profound sense of empowerment. You're no longer a passive participant in life, reacting to whatever comes your way. You're an active co-creator, shaping your reality through your thoughts, beliefs, and choices. This doesn't mean life will always go exactly as you plan, far from it. But it does mean you'll approach each moment with a sense of purpose and possibility, knowing that even the unexpected holds value. And perhaps most importantly, you'll find a deeper sense of peace, not the kind of peace that comes from avoiding challenges or escaping discomfort, but the kind that comes from knowing you're exactly where you're meant to be, the kind of peace that allows you to embrace life in all its complexity, the joys, the sorrows, the beauty, and the messiness. This is the gift of seeing the unseen. It doesn't remove the uncertainties of life, but it changes how you experience them. It helps you see the divine thread running through it all. So, as we close this journey together, let me leave you with this. The unseen is not something separate from you. It is you. It's the part of you that knows, even when the mind doesn't. It's the part of you that trusts, even when fear tries to take over. It's the part of you that loves, unconditionally and without limit. And when you begin to live from this place, everything changes. Your world expands. Your heart opens. Your reality reshapes itself to reflect the truth of who you are. Your energy becomes more intensive, your spirits calmer. Now, take a deep breath and let these words settle into your being. Know that you are not alone on this journey. The unseen is always with you, guiding you, supporting you and reminding you of your infinite potential. Trust in it, lean into it, and watch as your life transforms in ways you never thought possible.